Diogenes wasn't just a philosopher. He was the original troll, the master of cynicism, and the king of savage comebacks. From mocking Alexander the Great to living in a barrel, his life was one giant middle finger to society. Today, we're diving into his life's most legendary and hilarious sections. So, get ready for some wisdom wrapped in pure sarcasm. Let's begin. In ancient Athens, a city of grand philosophers and deep thinkers, one man stood out not for his wisdom, though he had plenty, but for his absolute disregard for, well, everything civilized. Enter Diogenes of Sinope, the original troll of philosophy, the master of sass, and quite possibly the first human to be officially labeled done with everyone's nonsense. One fine day, Plato, yes, that Plato, decided to define humans as featherless bipeds. And just like that, Diogenes waltzed into his academy, holding up a plucked chicken. "Behold, a human," he declared. And that, my friends, is how Plato was forced to revise his entire definition. Lesson learned. Never try to outsmart a man who sleeps in a barrel. Even kings weren't immune to Diogenes' trolling. One day, Alexander the Great, supreme ruler and conqueror, came to see him. "I am Alexander the Great," he announced. "And I am Diogenes the dog," came the reply. Intrigued, Alexander offered him anything he desired. And Diogenes, in the most Diogenes way possible, responded, "Yes, move. You're blocking my sunlight." Legend has it, Alexander walked away muttering, "If I weren't Alexander, I would be Diogenes." Imagine being so iconic that history's most powerful ruler, low-key, wants to be you. Then there was that time Diogenes roamed the streets in daylight with a lantern, peering into people's faces. "What are you doing?" they asked. "Looking for an honest man," he replied. Spoiler alert, he never found one. Athens was many things, but apparently honesty wasn't one of them. If you ever think of crashing a fancy party, take notes from Diogenes. At an elite banquet, while everyone dined with etiquette, he picked up bones from the floor and started chewing them like a stray dog. Eventually, even the great Diogenes met his end. How did he die? Some say he held his breath until he perished, just to prove he could. Others claim he ate raw octopus and called it a day. No one really knows, and frankly, Diogenes would have loved that. His tomb? Just a simple dog statue, because that's what he called himself, Diogenes the dog. And even in death, he made sure his legacy was one thing above all else. Utterly, unapologetically legendary. So, the next time you roll your eyes at society, remember, Diogenes did it first, and he did it best. He didn't just reject the world's nonsense. He exposed it, mocked it, and lived in a barrel just to prove he didn't need it. Was he a philosopher? A comedian? The world's first troll? Yes, and absolutely yes. Hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Who is your favorite philosopher?